Start introducing.
Oh,
Okay, good morning again. We
it's
are
stuck,
at the Hotel Doubletree in Washington, D.C., and this is LRTN. Currently, we are here discussing the conference, which is, if you're watching, is the Liberian National Diaspora Conference. And we have here with us our chairperson for the Feedback and Evaluation Committee, Dr. Edwin Lloyd, and we have the president for our Pennsylvania darling president, hardworking. She has worked so hard towards this conference. We are all here, part of the conference, representing the Union of Liberian Association. And so we have a few questions. We know that, Madam President, you are here on the feedback evaluation team, but actually you're representing also the great Pennsylvanian state. And so we just want for you to give us a little feel as to, after you work so hard, being part of the team, representing ULA also, and part of the conference team, how do you feel? How you felt when you came inside? What do you have for those who are now traveling, maybe from Liberia or driving from other states coming here? What do you think you want to say for them to be motivated?
well, thank you, Lucy and Dr. Law. I was motivated when I heard about this conference because I feel this is a time for us all to come together and put our ideas together and give back to our country. So my expectation here today, and anybody who's coming, is to network, give your opinions on how you feel about what's going on in the country. Or maybe you are maybe a business person, or you intend on going into politics, get a feel of how it is in Liberia, understand the environment, and ask questions and know what you're going into, and try to be realistic about it, Don't come with too much high expectation. I see some people compare Liberia to America. They have this here, it's not there. We're getting there. We're to our country. So we will get there someday. But it's up to us to reach where we want to go. We work with each other, respect each other, follow the rules and policies that are in place. We will get there. Other African countries are getting there. I don't see why. I mean, Liberia is it's the first republic. And I don't know why we are all the way behind. I mean, I know some of the reason why. Because we have not strived enough, and we question too much, and we fight too much. We need to put all of that aside and think about the country as a whole, as a place we call home. We want to develop and stay and get what we want to our convenience. There are a lot of things that we need to do to take our country forward, and we need to talk about it. And I'm having this conference today to talk about it so we can move forward in our economy, our healthcare, our business sector, reconciliation, which is more important to me for today, I feel. Because I think there's some lack of reconciliation that went on and rehabilitation that went on that caused us to be the way we are today. So I'm glad we are all here to discuss that.
Madam President, as the head of one of the largest Liberian organizations here, because Pennsylvania holds one of, it's among the Liberian Community Associations that holds the population of Liberia, one of the largest populations of Liberians here. And I know that your administration has been deeply and state officials here in Pennsylvania and the United States. So how do you see Pennsylvania's role when it comes to getting the Liberian diaspora more involved in the social economic development of Liberia?
So Pennsylvania is like the epicenter of governance of Liberia for some reason, I don't know. A lot of people come from Pennsylvania and go to Liberia and for jobs, and it happens for some reason, I don't know. Every government official that comes to the United States wants to be living in Pennsylvania because the crowd there, the people there can be very challenging. They will ask you the questions in the wrong way. And, whether you get mad or not, whether you can answer or not, they will ask you, they will go there And I mean, they are so excited to see a government official because they it and they want to give their input. And sometimes you have to come there and say, listen, we're doing it in an orderly fashion. You will get your answers. Don't be too anxious about it. And I like it because we're a little laid back. We don't just bring you to a town hall. We take you on the football field. We make you comfortable. We take you to our restaurants around. We have mussel spots, in Pennsylvania. We have Domo Valley in Pennsylvania. And when people come and hear that, so, oh, really, you have it here? And they get comfortable. And so we interact with the people on that level, and then we bring you to the town hall and ask you questions. So it's not a place to get afraid of. It's a place where you can come and exercise your thoughts about what Liberia is and where it's coming from, where it's going, and ask people there to come and join, because there are many qualified Liberians in Pennsylvania who are interested in politics, and so they form their own little political party clique group. That made Pennsylvania a little porous for many years because everybody belonged to some political party, and when it comes to that heated argument on that day, it can be easy. So everybody wants to belong to some group. And I mean, we are friends, but we understand when you come to our opinions, when it comes to politics, but we still come together as a whole when there's a need for the community to come together. And so for a long time, it has been very political. At this time, I'm driving it towards service-oriented. Our team have decided that it's about time we give back to the community in which we live in. So we're trying to change the structure in that manner. We have engaged our stakeholders. We have engaged our stakeholders, the senators, representatives, community organizations that are willing to help. Listen, our people live there. There are many services they are not getting. So they are entitled to it. So we're trying to find a way to have funding, service our people to have some of the funding in the healthcare field, the elderly services that they need, the youth services that they need. People were coming and calling me one by one to help them get into service. So I said, well, get the services. So I said, well, we need to restructure this. We can have the political part, but we need to make sure that our people who live here understand the system and where to get funding and the services from. Some of the children graduate from high school, they don't know how to navigate their way into college with FAFSA application. Needed in the community which we live, since we're in a passion, let's get it right. And then prepare ourselves to go back home and give back and do the right thing. So that's the way we're driving to right now. It's going to be the fight, I know, since 1978. As a matter of fact, I'm the first female president, and I put my foot down to get things done. And it's been a little fight, but we're getting there.
Again, this is LRTN, and this is the Liberia Annual Diaspora Conference. This is the Feedback and Evaluation Committee, and I'm really glad that, Madam President, that you are an empowered woman, and being the first female president from Pennsylvania, having such a conference. I'm wondering, do you think it's possible for us to have such a conference maybe next year that will be able to engage, especially the Union of Liberian Association in its totality, and also the European Union Committee, Association in Europe? How do you think from this conference, looking at it, I think the conference have not even started. It's about 9:41 a.m. and we were supposed to start at 9:30. So I was just wondering, what do you think, looking at this, how can we get the European Liberian Association engaged, and also engage the Union of Liberian Association in its totality, or even as a president, having other chapter president more engaged? How do you think you can do that? Because there are a lot of things you're doing in your community, a lot of things you're bringing together. Instead of it being politically driven, now you want to be, you want for your community to go towards service oriented. And I think really needed for all the chapters, very needed for Liberians in the diaspora all over. We need to be service oriented, because with service, there's no political party, people will not be talking much about politics, even though everything is political. So what do you think, and how will you strive to bring chapters using your role model from your state and to really engage such a conference next year?
First of all, since this is the first time, and the magnitude of this kind that I see here, going to structure organization, and the best, the widest, and biggest structure organization is ULA. So, in my opinion, ULA was the one who should have been working with the governor of Liberia to have the conference. And when ULA is involved, everybody's involved. Because ULA represents everyone. You know, even the federation of ULA in Europe or wherever, Canada, all over. This should be a conference for everybody. But in order to have a more structured one, you have to come to an organization. If you're just standing in the street, you can't just make a loud noise in a conference, everybody come on board. And I think have done a good job engaging everybody. But I know he would have done it if he had done it another way. It would have been a better way by coming to ULA itself to have everyone involved, because ULA involves not just the community organizations but the county organizations also. So it would have gotten to every organization to be a part, and every aspect of the community. I'm talking about the youth, the elderly, I come here with buses with the elderly to give their opinion. They are old people, they have wisdom. Our eminent people, there are people who are in government before who are here retired. I have a lot of them in Pennsylvania, and I visit them sometimes when I need help, They have the wisdom to tell you what happened before, what didn't work before, and what to do now. That's going to work today or tomorrow. You have to, talk to those people. You can't come in isolation. One thing that Liberia has been going through governance of isolation. When I say sometimes I notice continuity of the process was not there. It's my government. I'll do what I want to do. Since you started doing something, but what's wrong with you starting to build a road and I come and continue and finish the road? But I see that now in this government. I see President Boyka trying to do that. Yeah. And a lot of development is booming the way it is. The last administration, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was something feasible and it needed to be done. He carries on the project, He said, this is my government, I'm going to, forget about this one and I'm going to do my own thing. But my people, that's how government works. Countries develop. You carry on where you started. You pick up the baton and roll with it to the finish line. But until we learn that, we'll still be back a little bit. But I think it's doable. It's possible. I have hope in Liberia. It's a little country. And a lot of people and we should keep that. I do have hope in our youth also. It saddens me the way I hear about the situation of what's going on with the youth in the country. Sometimes the drug issues and all of that, but I still do have hope. And I think we'll have a better conference. My thinking is we should have this conference every year. Yeah. And people come and go in the diaspora every year. So, and it will be a great thing. They will contribute. We contribute a lot to the country. Yeah. We don't. It's not that we really need a conference, but we need to come together, come to idea and see how. One of the main things I see when it comes to us contributing and going back for business, people hesitate, is because the security. People cannot invest in a place that's unsafe for them. Yeah. So I hope that will be one of the things we'll talk about. People pack up and they go, and you hear all kinds of stories. I've heard all kinds of stories from what I come from in my city. And that safety issue is important. I can give you $1 million if you live in the jungle or armed robbers. I'm just saying it's an example. But that's
also what and given the fact that the boy by evidence of this conference, and what prospect we have, what your opinion on the future of post reconciliation in Liberia?
when I saw the fact that President Boyka was able to talk to those people that were killed with the government, I mean, I wouldn't be moved by it. It brought me joy and some reconciliation because we were all, well, I was affected by the war, we all were. Before the war, I lived with people who had lived in the United States of America for years and decided no matter what, it's about time you go back home to the country. He was appointed assistant minister of transport. Unfortunately, in 1990 he did not want to leave. He said, my daughter, I want back to America. I want to stay here. I was with him, but my mom was like, and I have to take my daughter because this thing is coming, it's serious, and he's taking it for fun. He said, it will be fine. This is our country, we're talking, and everything will be fine. You guys don't leave. My mom said, well, we're leaving, and I'm afraid I have to take my child. But when it got worse, he got killed on the road to Fender. And it hurts me. But we still went back. 1991, 92, when they were about to form the interim government, my father was also, I think he went back as Minister of Education with the Sawyer government, and I followed. And that's how I started my community work with UNESCO and other places, doing something, to bring back the education system into Liberia and all of that. And another war came, I remember the Octopus War. I was at Freeport trying to get into the bomb challenge. When the soldiers, the Prince Johnson soldiers, I remember, came from the back, and the ECOMO were inside, were at the gate trying to pay to enter. They said, well, you guys are not leaving us here, we're fighting for you. And they opened fire on that crowd. And I saw people dead, being dead. I lied down on the ground and played dead and was praying my last prayer. But ECOMOs was shooting from inside, they opened the gate, and the soldiers were shooting from outside. And I thankfully I survived it. Because the ECOMO soldier who was running kicked my head, and I jumped, and he noticed I was alive and pulled me out of that. So we all have stories.
Yeah, a lot of stories.
So for the president to come and say, listen to me, in order to go forward, we need to recognize we did something wrong to some people in the past. Those people have their families. You could have taken over the government, maybe jailed them if we said for corruption, and let them have their free trial in court, and let them serve their terms and let them go. But we didn't, I don't know whether we're not abreast of all of that, but there was law and order, there was law and policies and things to follow.
Yeah.
But that was a military government, and it happened. But it wasn't easy to just let go because these people, family fled without knowing what happened to their relatives.
Yeah.
Where they buried them and everything, they were not happy. There was always something inside of them that wanted a closure. And President Boyka did that, and I applaud him for that. I wish I could find my uncle's body and bury it.
Yeah.
I really wish I live here with his children, 5 kids, they're all grown up, they're all older than me, in their 50s and 60s. And we haven't been able to, connect to see how can we, do something to memorialize him. First of all, we don't know where he was killed. We just heard he was killed. And so this is important to sit and talk about it. You cannot resolve a conflict without talking about it, by kicking it under the rug and moving on. I mean, too many times people think they can move on. You do something to somebody that's wrong, and you can just move on. And then, because you have the power to move on. The power lies in what you do, your ability to humble yourself. Go back and say sorry for what you did to someone wrong. And then we can both move on together. Because if you don't tell me sorry, I will stay in the back and watch you go tumble and fall. Maybe by you telling me sorry, I can show you some way so you don't tumble and fall.
Yeah.
So you don't kick that rock you're running, so you don't take the wrong journey, the wrong path. But when you come and tell me I'm sorry and take my hand, and I will tell you, listen, don't go that way, let's go that way. So I'm glad, and it's important to talk about it.
You're right. A nation that
it's not healed.
a nation that seeks to heal its wounds
Yes.
is a nation that prospers.
Yes.
This is one of the events that we are hosting to try to find remedies and mitigating strategies to heal the wounds of Liberia.
Right.
Like you stated, we have created deep wounds, right? But we have to take the step towards healing those wounds and moving forward to develop our nation for posterity.
Right.
So, Madam President, we thank you very much for what you're doing in Pennsylvania, and also for the major role you are playing in the organizing of this conference. That shows that we are working in solidarity. As you begin to work hard, I want to encourage you to continue to encourage fellow Liberians to heal their wounds, to forget about the past, and to look towards a prosperous future for Liberia.
Thank you.
Yeah, and this is again LRTN. We're hoping that you've heard our president from Pennsylvania, what she said, and what President Walker himself have done, saying sorry to all those whose parents were killed, out of service, and all those. I think that was the beginning of our healing process. And Madam President, I'm hoping that you can work with the various chapters and this feedback and evaluation team for us to really just have a discussion. And we're hoping that President Walker, when he is maybe visiting Congress or the United States, that he could find time, not just on that, but carve in an hour plus just to address Liberian people, the diaspora, so that we can tell him how we feel. Because he's not only the president, he's our father, he represents us, so he needs getting a direct information from us, our feeling. And we're praying that, like you said, that people will get healed from this conference. People will get healed from what happened in Liberia. And again, we want to say thank you so much, Madam President. This is LRTN. Again, we'll be back. This is the feedback committee. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let me say this to you, my people. We are not Bank of America. We are your brothers and sisters that for certain reason left Liberia because of certain circumstances. So when we come back home, embrace us like you miss us. Work along with us. Talk to us. We understand your problems when we are not there. We'll understand it when we come back. And, don't be vengeful. Don't look at it like, we have so much money. The relationship between us in the diaspora and Liberia is not working well. I see, because it's all about what you do for me. How much money did you bring? The relationship is more important as my sister, my brother, my cousins, my aunts. On how you miss me and what can we do as a family to come back together. Then how much money can you give me? Okay, they say money is the root of all evil. I believe it, because I'm telling you, with us, money, some relatives and friends are not your friends.
You're right,
and it was never that way.
You're very right. The diaspora has a lot to offer.
We have a lot.
And you stated that we are brothers and sisters. And so the diaspora can play a key role in knowledge transfer, in economic development, in economic upliftment in Liberia. And so therefore, the war coerced most of us to travel out of Liberia. So we did not travel, most of us did not travel out of Liberia because of will, but we were coerced to do that because of the Civil War. And so therefore we are in the diaspora, and we are looking to see how we can contribute to the development and also the welfare of our fellow Liberians back home.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we'll be towards the citizenship without any other measures, okay? To take away all those things. We are part of you. Thank you.
Bye. So please get seated. If you have to go to the restroom, so please do so.
I know, no problem. The president is not yet.
So 15 minutes.
Thank you.
So get something to drink.
Thank you.
So please do so, because we need to be winding down now so that we can start the program shortly. Once again, a big warm welcome to every one of you here today at the Liberia, the first ever Liberia Diaspora Annual Conference. Thank you so much. We'll be starting shortly.
Yeah. Good morning. This is LRTN, and we are discussing from the Liberian Annual Diaspora Conference. And today we have with us Dr.
J. Alexander Nota.
And also with us we have our own Reverend Dr. Edwin Lloyd, the chairperson for the Evaluation and Feedback Committee. And so we just want to get a little feedback from Dr. Nota's experience and his view, especially about this conference, because I think this conference is first of its kind, especially when we have the Liberian government, Liberian government president, Dr. President Bwaka himself initiating this conference and working with the diaspora. This is the first of its kind that we're having. So, Dr. Nipta, what do you think about this conference? I know maybe you've attended other conferences before, but this is an initiative to bring Liberians together, network, and see Liberia and see how best we can assist Liberia. What do you have to say to your people and the Liberian people?
Well, let me first say thanks to the organizers of this conference. As we can see, this is the first Liberian Diaspora Annual Conference being held in the United States, and I hope this will not be the last. We should have a couple of them. But I'm impressed because it brings Liberians together to discuss national building. It brings Liberians together to discuss what we can do as Liberians in the diaspora, working with our government and officials of government to develop our country for the betterment of Liberians, both at home and those in the diaspora.
Thank you so much. I will turn it now over to our own chairperson, Reverend Dr. Lloyd.
Dr. Newton, we just want to welcome you to the Washington, D.C. area, and also want to say thank you and the Liberian government, especially to Honorable Boyka, His Excellency, for organizing this historic event. But as the Agriculture Minister, what information do you have to give to our self-sufficiency in food production? I know we'll be discussing other sectors of the economy here at this conference. But as the Minister of Agriculture, what information can you provide or what update concerning the agriculture sector in Liberia?
Well, thank you. Agriculture remains the first pillar of the President's agenda. As we all know, the rest agenda has to do with agriculture, rural development, rural education, rule of law, and health and sanitation. But agriculture is responding specifically to the needs of the Liberian people, job creation, food security, and income generation. So under the arrest agenda, we want to use agriculture as a pillar to make Liberians self-sufficient in the food they eat. As you may be aware, Liberians are rice eaters. But apparently we are importing most of the rice we eat. So the President's mandate gave us that over the next 5 years, Liberians can either be self-sufficient in rice production or substantially reduce our international market. Taking that mandate very seriously, and since last year we've been trying to invest into infrastructure, support rice production. We've been helping our farmers to develop land to be able to grow more rice to feed ourselves. In the Liberians Feed Yourself agenda, which is our national agriculture development plan, we have 50,000 hectares of room for rice production. With that production, we should be able to reduce our reliance on international market for rice, for domestic rice. We also should be able to raise the income of our smallholder farmers who will be growing rice, processing it for our market, and generating income from it. So we can show you that over the next 5 years, Liberia what they grow locally and be able to grow most of what they eat in the country.
Thank you very much, Doctor and our own Minister. We would like to thank you again for giving this time, at least to give update to the Liberian people concerning the progress the Boycott administration is making to improve the agriculture sector in Liberia. Thank you very much.
And again, this is LRTN. We want to say thank you to our Minister of Agriculture. We're hoping that you'll find the opportunity to engage Liberians in the diaspora who are and are really, really steady when it comes to agriculture, because this diaspora meeting is an example that really engage the diaspora, not just for this engage you, that you address the Liberian community within the diaspora to let them know what the needs are and they can tell you what they can do for you.
And this is what I think this conference should give us the opportunity to do. We want to be the diaspora and seek their assistance, because developing sector in the country depends with depend on your innovation, necessary to develop agriculture, because it's first the reward. So they plan to Liberian people who are here today and those who grow, and Liberia has great prospects investment in agriculture, and we are ready to that. For that, we want to send the plan to them. We have it ready. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Attention all organizations, NGOs, and social clubs in and out of Liberia. Are you tired of relying solely on social media to run your operations? An effective web platform is your most important marketing tool, and that's where Tiamat.com comes in. Hello, my Liberian people. My name is Sophia, and I want you to consider this. 53% of consumers do online research about an organization before talking to someone from that institution. That means not having a website could be costing you opportunities. Step up your game and establish a professional online presence. Introducing our web platform, designed specifically for 501c organizations, small businesses, and political organizations, social clubs, etc. At Tiamat.com, we understand how important it is to make a great digital first impression, which is why we offer you all the help needed to develop, maintain, and host NGOs and small and big organization websites by giving you a full suite of services that includes automatic billing for members, membership, and functionality. The best part is, it only costs $20 per month. Upgrade your image today with our customized web design services. Visit www.tiamat.com to get started. This is a Liberian-owned business.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, one more time I want to encourage you to please be seated. The program is about to commence. Please take your seats. Thank you.
with your brother. Girl, you're bad like that. Make a church boy smoke crack like that. I must do sample your egg. Why you a bad like that? See me, girl, you a bad like that. Make a church boy smoke crack like that. Yeah. I must do sample your egg. Why you a bad like that? Standing ovation, yes, a German relocation, yes, a sample of God creation, yes. She tell me say she wanna feel my tea. Baby, if you say so, then who am I to say no? I give it to you, I surrender. Feel the thing, man, I eat the thing. Yeah. Say you want I do, they just let you that on my food. There is nothing that God can do. Girl, for you I will be like you. See, I'm a murder, I show. Girl, I'm not keeping you open the door. In my heart, you've taken control. I'll choose you even if you were fool. Girl, you're bad like that. Make a church boy smoke crack like that. I must do sample the way. Why you a bad like that? See me, girl, you a bad like that. Make a church boy smoke crack like that. I must do sample the way. Why you a bad like that? Somebody help me from my woman. She under the ground. Can't see my woman. She under the house. Kuku jumuku, you nice, you know. Kuku jumuku, you nice, you know. You're my boyfriend or your who? You would know. I get money, plenty money. Money to go to the market. Come on, fufu. Quebec say she coming. What they happy? I can't see my home. Yo, yo. Like it. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Quebec eat something. Something. Quebec eat something. She never gave it to me, oh yeah, yeah, running away from me. I think we get to me, oh yeah, 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 yeah. But that is sad, but that is sad, but that is sad, but that is sad.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We're about to commence the program. Please take your seats.
Madam Pro Tem, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to announce the arrival of His Excellency Joseph Yuma Bakar Sr., President of the Republic. He is accompanied by his beautiful wife, Mrs. Katumu Yata Boyka. We can do better than that. This is our president we are talking about in the house. Thank you. You may be seated.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to introduce our dynamic master of ceremonies, a renowned businesswoman and now a powerful member of the Colorado House of Representatives, 40th District. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Madam Nakita O'Ray.
Good morning, everyone. Your Excellency, President Joseph Yuma Boykai, officials of the government, ladies and gentlemen, T20. It's an honor for all of us to gather in this space. And we know that many of you have come from far and from wide just to travel here. So we thank God first for the day that He has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. So we're glad to be here. We thank Him for traveling mercies and for keeping us. And as diasporans, I don't know if you know, but there's over 500,000 people that are Liberian diasporan that live within the United States of America. And we all represent the chasm of all of who we are in this space today. I first want to thank you again for coming. We know that as we talk about building Liberia together, we can all reimagine what that could look like. Having the technology, having the hospitals, having healthcare, the world-class institutions of learning, and things that we seek as we as diasporans go throughout the world, seeking that opportunity for a better life. But when it comes to Liberia, who will build it? Is it the fairy godmother that's going to come? No. It's going to be us, right? We are the ones who hold the key to building the future that we can imagine together. So again, it's a great time for you to be here today. We have a great program. We started a little late, so we're going to apologize. And there's a lot of time on this program to make up. So I'm going to ask all of our speakers who are going to come to be brief in your remarks, knowing, except for the president, of course, take all the time you want. But we're going to ask everyone to be brief in the interest of time. And we have a great program planned. We're going to be learning about different industries, different sectors, different experts that are going to be talking about that future we're going to build together. Before I step off and introduce our first person, I just want to talk about the impact of the diaspora and what we do for Liberia. In 2023, there was $800 million in remittances that were sent to Liberia. $800 million. We are the ones in the diaspora, by sending these remittances, that are stabilizing our currency. So it's important what we're doing. In there was over $62 million that was spent or sent to our people. But just imagine if we're pulling that money and really being intentional and targeting it instead of just also be more intentional about what we do. So I think part of what we're going to be doing here is imagining what we could do to develop Liberia. We're going to start off with our Liberian national anthem, and I'm going to call Reverend Moreau P. Weeks to lead us.
Good morning. May we please stand for the singing. national anthem. You may join me as appropriate. Oh, hail, Liberia, hail. Oh, hail, Liberia, hail. Glorious land of liberty shall long be ours. And on her name, great be her mighty her name, great be her fame, and mighty be her power, and mighty be her power, and mighty be her power. Joy and gladness with our hearts united, which the free happy land, home of glory, God calls liberty by God's command. Oh, hail, Liberia, hail. Oh, hail, Liberia, hail. Union strong, success is sure. We cannot fail. With God of our rights to prove, we will all prevail. With God above rights to prove, we will all prevail. We prevail. With our country cause defended, with valor unpretending, long live Liberia's happy land, the home of glorious glory.
More than attendees of the conference, we are the visionaries, the doctors, the are the diaspora, the source. We rise, a legacy of resilience, determined to build a Liberia that stands strong, united, and prosperous. Here, across borders, we come together. We bridge divides, invest in progress. We transform communities. This is more than a gathering. This is where vision meets action, where unity becomes power. This is the Liberia Diaspora Annual Conference 2025. Welcome to History in the Making.
Okay, and now for our invocation, we're going to call Dr. J. Edwin Boyd.
Praise God, from whom all blessings flows. Praise him, all creatures here below. Praise him above the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Let us stand as we join hand in unison as we invoke the presence of God upon this gathering. Let us pray. Great Father, we come in the mighty name of Jesus to thank you for this day and this time. We thank you, O Father God, for your servant, His Excellency Joseph Boyka, and the government and people of Liberia. As we come, O Father God, to chart a new course for our land of nativity. Divine intelligence will hover over this gathering. And we pray, O Father God, that peace, love, and solidarity will characterize our deliberations. May your grace and may your countenance shine upon us, and may your peace abide. In the name of the Father,
in the faraway lands lived a people and African diaspora. They were led away, taken in shackles and chains. They were made to work in cotton fields, picking cotton. They were made to work on plantations, build bridges for cities that weren't theirs. They were enslaved and long, the kind that their ancestors enjoyed in Africa before slavery began. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be better.
upon a time, in another faraway land, on the coast of West Africa, lived a people of strength, power, and beauty. They enjoyed family, community, and in everyone another. It is said that on certain days you could find them by the waterside, some beating fufu in the mortar, some fanning rice in the fanner, some washing clothes by the river, and others simply enjoying the natural beauty of the small plot of land now known as the Providence Island, Liberia. Well, on these same shores, life as we knew it was about to change, but in the distance was spotted a ship, one carrying about 88 free blacks from the United States. As they came onto the shores of modern-day Liberia, each group was skeptical as they knew nothing about the other. As one reached in, the other was hesitant. But because they looked into the eyes of each other and saw that their similarities outweighed their differences, because their physical features resembled each other, they saw in each other their long-lost family. They found common ground, and so on this great land, the people welcomed the newcomers. And today, in the spirit of unity, we welcome you, the people of the African diaspora, the Liberian diaspora, our cousins, our brothers, our sisters. We say, welcome to Liberia, a land of love, peace, unity, perseverance, and investment opportunities. Our doors are open. Come home, diaspora. Let's rebuild together. Again, welcome to Liberia.
that you use the bathroom for one?
This way?
Thank you so much.
Big round of applause for our cultural performance. What a fantastic job. Thank you. Thank you very much. Podium, podium.
Wasn't that amazing? Let's give a hand for And now I want to welcome Dr. Emmett Dunn to the stage. He is the chairman of this great diaspora program. Please give him a warm applause.
A very pleasant good morning to all of you, and welcome to this weekend of dialogue, networking, argument, disagreement, but at the end of the day, cooperation. On behalf of the Office of the African Affairs, headed by the Honorable Erasmus Williams, and our committee, assisted by many persons, our co-chair, the Honorable Michael, we take this time to welcome you. We thank you for your patience. When I spoke to our team this morning, I said the watchword for this weekend is a simple one: flexibility. And thank you for being flexible. And there will be several adjustments in our program because we have to meet certain time requirements as it relates to the hotel for lunch. So please bear with us. Everything in the program we will accomplish, just not at the time we say we would. So why are we here this week? It deserves the same. As long as the lion remains silent, the tale of victory is always the pursuit. This weekend, we have come together to rewrite the narrative, and so that we will take ownership of our own story. Thank you, Mr. President, for convening us. Thank you, Madam Minister of Excellency, Sarah Best Lodiet, for your leadership as well. And in his absence, the current Minister of State, and in his memory, the most recent one, who gave leadership as well. Thank you all. May we enjoy this weekend. May we be inspired. May we be builders for your library. From my committee heart to yours, thank you and welcome.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we know, we're already at 11 o'clock. We're going to ask our speakers to be brief in their remarks. Right now, we're going to welcome our ambassador to the United States, Dr. Al Hassan Conte.
First Lady, Madam President Pro Tempore, the Senate, Senator Gillum, here present, Her Excellency, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, other dignitaries. Maybe I should recognize my wife too, sitting at the corner there. On behalf of His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, Senior President of the Republic of Liberia and convener of the 2025 Liberian Diaspora Conference, it's my honor to welcome you to the Diaspora Conference of Liberia. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai, Senior, for convening this important gathering under the theme, Building the Future Together, Reconciliation, Healing, Growth, and Prosperity. This conference is a testament to the President's commitment to inclusive development and his vision for a brighter future of Liberia. As part of the ARREST agenda, inclusive development, which prioritizes agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism, this conference represents a crucial step towards achieving our national development goals. I would like to express my appreciation to the Foreign Minister, Her Excellency Sarah Beslo Nyanti, our late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Ambassador Sylvester Grisby, Chair of the conference, Reverend Emmett Dunn, Honorable Erasmus Williams, and their teams for their tireless efforts in making this conference a success. I also extend gratitude to our sponsors, including the UNDP and the IOM, for the generous support. Your support has been invaluable in bringing us together today, and I'm delighted to see officials of the U.S. government also present, leaders of the Union of Liberian Associations in the Americas, Liberians and friends of Liberia from around the world in attendance. As we deliberate and find solutions for building a better future of Liberia, I urge us all to sustain the energy unleashed during this year's celebration of our 178th anniversary. Let us forge greater unity for national reconciliation and healing, and work together to create a prosperous and peaceful Liberia for all. Thank you, and I wish you all productive deliberations.
Okay, and now we're going to have remarks from Sebastian Tila, who is the president of the Liberian Association of Washington, D.C. Mr. Tila.
Wow, you all look so beautiful. If you can see yourself from here. So I will not break the official protocol. His Excellency President Joseph Numa Boakai, Senior, officials of the Liberian government, President Ambassador Dr. R. Hassan Conte, Liberian Ambassador to Washington, Ambassador Emmett Dunn, and members of the Planning Committee of the Diaspora Conference 2025, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors, Executive Leadership, and members of the Liberian Community Association here in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, we call ourselves the DMV chapter, I warmly extend welcome to all attendees of the Liberian Diaspora Annual Conference 2025 here in Washington, D.C. We are honored, Mr. President, to host this significant event, bringing together Liberians from across the diaspora to share ideas, foster unity, and promote development in Liberia. We look forward to engage in discussions, meaningful connections, and collective progress. Thank you for choosing DC as the conference site for this conference. We wish you a productive and enjoyable stay here in Washington, D.C. Again, thank you and God bless.
And again, that was Mr. Sebastian Tikla. Okay. Next, we're going to have Honorable Nathaniel Quabo. He's going to do the recognition of dignitaries and special guests in the room.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, Madam First Lady. It's a pleasure to have you here in D.C. I've been given the difficult task to recognize guests and also introduce the cabinet. I must first say that we don't have the full complement of the members of cabinet that joined the president on this particular trip. And so I will begin with the legislature, which is the first branch of government, before having content. On the front row, we have Honorable Senator Yombli Kanga, who is the President pro tem of the Senate. Joining her here is Honorable Darius DeLon, the energetic and active Senator of Massarato County and Chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee of the Senate. We also have in our midst Honorable Momo Saros, Senator of Lofa County, and also Chair of Security Committee. Now for the Cabinet. We have our dynamic Minister of Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Sirai Beslo Nyanti. In our midst is also the Minister of Finance, Honorable Ngafwa. Can you please stand? Yeah. And the one who the President has charged with first letter in the arrest agenda, Minister of Alex Luther. Senior Advisor to the President, Dr. Augustine Conner. And he's been hiding all the time, and now we have an opportunity to show him. The ubiquitous National Security Advisor, Honorable Kofi Woods. We also have in our midst the political advisor, Honorable Magdala Cooper. And here, she's well known as the legal advisor to the President, Councillor Bushuben Keita. In our midst also is Dr. Emmanuel Yure Yapawolo, who is Executive Director of the of course, His Excellency, the Liberian Ambassador to the U.S., with us recently on the podium, Dr. Alasan Congo. We also have good friends and partners who have worked with us on the Diaspora Conference and also who has been working with us who has also been working with us, to fund and support our development plan. And I would like to call Honorable Alio, who is the resident representative of the UNDP Liberia. We also have the head of IOM. And finally, and not least, we have our dynamic press secretary to the president, Madam Kula. And the head of the Diaspora Office in the Executive Mansion, Mr. Erasmus Williams. So with that, I would like to say thank you, and these are members of the President's delegation. As you know, the President has put together a good collection of the best he can find in Liberia to help with the country back. Thank you so much.
So, foreign Sarah.
To be here today. But I would like to add another, and this is singing. Yeah. Discovery. We discover a lot this weekend about each other, discover a lot this weekend about our thoughts, our ideas, and how we can take Liberia forward. The theme building together. What's the thing we're talking about? We here also at the UN General Assembly is together at a time where the world is finding itself moving in different directions. You have isolationism. I mean, people want to be by themselves. People want to protect their borders and stay within their borders, and want others to stay out. And people are finding ways for their identity to be preserved. And at this time, President Worker says, Liberians, wherever you find yourselves, let's get together. While people are walking away, we're working towards each other, putting our hands together to build a better Liberia, not for us, but for the generations to come. And that's what this weekend is about, discovering how we can do that together. Liberians, wherever you find yourselves. And this is important because it's being held in DC. The perception sometimes becomes like diaspora is America. We may have large numbers here. Today, Pastor Conte will be talking about the numbers here in the US later today. But this is about the world. This is about where Liberians are all around the world, on every continent. And that's why we made the effort to make sure there's a link for people to be able to tune in, because Liberians everywhere are required. And that's the conviction of President Worker. Liberia cannot rise without the diaspora. Thank you to Honorable Ray Sordi. We talked about numbers, she has some figures. But we cannot quantify the degree of love, the degree of support,
that Liberians around the world give to Liberians at home. You can't quantify. And that's what this is about. How do we come together to make sure that we are a collective working to achieve the arrest agenda? We have medical missions that go to Liberia, we have scholarships, we have community projects, we see some things happening, we don't know who's doing it. That has to change. Israel, India, even war-torn Yemen, Somalia, the diaspora, Ethiopia, the diaspora is organized to an extent where they contribute and it's measured. How do we measure? How do we ensure? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs are responsible for our foreign relations, our international relations, and Liberians abroad. That's huge. Every Liberian who leaves Liberia, the moment you become diaspora, you're a responsibility of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But we don't have that much of a reach. Resources are limited. We have embassies, we have consulates, but it's not enough to be able to cover every Liberian around the world. And this is where systems come into play. This is where data comes into play. We now need to have our embassies empowered with the tools to be able to track where are our people. What skills do they now have? Somebody may have come here before as a high school graduate, but now is a doctor, maybe a neurosurgeon. How do we know where we find that neurosurgeon and make sure we link them to the arrest agenda? Data on all of Liberians abroad, where they are, the skill sets they have acquired, and how we can be able to tap into that. Not for Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but for National Investment Commission, for Ministry of Commerce, for Ministry of Health, for Ministry of Education. There are some educators here, I met some today in the hallway, who want to contribute. How do we get a collective of where they are and how we organize them and source them to help to contribute to the agenda? This, for us, is what this weekend is about. We cannot manage what we cannot measure. We cannot manage what we cannot measure. And for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, this is an obligation that we have. Liberians are facing challenges all over the world as well. We need you and you need us. You need us. But we also the partner with you to protect you and protect your rights. It's about protection and partnership. Us together, helping each other, and under the leadership of our president, President Joseph Boyka, being able to say, this is what we have been able to do. Liberia is rising. We now sit, for the first time in our history, we've been given the mandate of the World of the General Assembly to sit as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council. This is the first time in Liberia's history. We sat for 1 year before in 1961 because we couldn't get the vote in 1960. We could not get a 2/3 majority. The world did not give us their votes. After 13 weeks, Liberia and Ireland split a term. We took 1 year, they took 1 year. This time, it's ours. This time, we earned it. We earned it because the administration has worked and shown that the credibility and integrity of a leader and the team he's gathered will be brought to bear. All of our experiences, the suffering you went through when you ran as a refugee, the situation you went through when you're seeking asylum, all of our different experiences, the collective on that is what we're bringing to the national, international stage to say Liberia has a voice, we have the experience, we have the capability, and we will ensure that we contribute to a just and peaceful world. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, Liberia. Before I begin, you have a flag before you. I want you to just grab it, please. Please grab your flag. I didn't say wave it yet. Grab it. Okay. And we have a saying that revolutionized our new direction as Liberians in the diaspora. We say, once a Liberian, always a Liberian. So we're going to say that together and wave the flag, please. You got your flag? Okay, we'll go. Once a Liberian, always a Liberian. God bless you. Welcome, people. Thank you. A lot of speakers have done all of the recognition, most of the recognition. I will stand on it. But I just also want to take this time to express extreme gratitude to His Excellency, the government and people of Liberia, for providing us the opportunity to be able to function in a capacity that allows us to chase our dream. That the United States, observing our children that are being born here, thinking about how they can get connected to our motherland, Liberia, remain a challenge. And His Excellency asked us to bridge that gap. Mr. President, thank you so much for this opportunity. I know we are all here today because we have similar concerns. The talent, the skill set, the potential of Liberians in the diaspora is enormous. But the most important thing is how do we transition to impact development in different sectors of our country. That is why we are here. On this note, I would like to recognize the team, the wheels, the people who have made this possible, which is the steering committee, the planning committee, to do this on camera. So that next time, I want people to volunteer in an area where they don't get paid. They can come to serve this country because they don't get paid. In our order, I'd like to first recognize on the steering committee the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Information, Culture, National Investment Commission, the Ministry of Commerce, Chamber of Commerce, the Liberian National Police, the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Liberian Senate, the House of Representatives, the Liberia, and our the IOM, in America, ULA, and on our public-private committee sector, Emma Dunn, the planning committee chair, Kubo, the co-chair, as chair, Robina Louis, Chair on Diaspora, Representative Dignitary, member of the committee, Anthony, advisor to the Diaspora Office. We also have our own big sister, which is Louise Tamba, member of this committee. We have Georgette Gray, members of the committee. We have Jackie McKay, member of this committee. I want to take this time to also recognize people on the subcommittee that are not mentioned here. We extremely appreciate. We were here last night and we worked hard. This place, right now as we speak, people are struggling with parking issues, some people, so hopefully tomorrow it will even be unprecedented. Thank you very much and welcome to this conference.
Thank you, Honorable Erasmus Williams. He's doing a great job at the Diaspora Office. Let's give him a hand. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Ambassador Professor Charles Morogandi from Rwanda. Ambassador Professor Charles Morogandi served as Deputy Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement at the University of Rwanda from August 2016 until his retirement from public service in May 2020. Prior to this role, he was Rwanda's ambassador to Japan with concurrent accreditation to Australia, New Zealand, Thailand, and the Philippines from August 2011 through April 2015. Over the course of his career, he has held several ministerial positions in the government of Rwanda: Minister of Education, Minister of Cabinet Affairs, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, and Minister of Transport and Communications. Earlier in his career, he served as advisor to the President of Rwanda from 1994 through 1995 and as Secretary General of the Rwandan Patriotic Front from February 1998 to November 2002. He has served on numerous boards, including the Kigali Institute of Science and Technology, the Independent University of Kigali, and the Institute of Research and Dialogue for Peace. Currently, he is chair of the board of Kepler College, vice chair of the board of Africa Electronic Trade Group, and a member of the boards of the Solid Act and Wired In, and serves as advisory board of Ripple Effect Rwanda. He is also the founding member of the Rwanda Leaders Fellowship, which organizes prayer breakfast for national leaders, and a founding member of Transparency International Rwanda. In addition, a member of the Assembly's coordinator of a national Thanksgiving festival called the Rwanda Shiman Imani. And welcoming Professor Ambassador Charles Morogandi, PhD, MBA. Thank you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Joseph Senior, President of the Republic of Liberia, Your Excellency, Madame Kotumu, First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, members of the government of Liberia, or branches represented here. Partners of the Liberian government in organizing this diaspora conference. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols, good morning. Opening session, LIBERIA diaspora. And one theme of healing and what can Liberia experience. Theme not only but with all nations that have endured the painful journey from conflict and devastation, renewal and development. I thank His Excellency President Joseph Boakai Senior for convening this Liberia Diaspora Conference under the theme Building the Future Together, Reconciliation, National Healing, Growth and Prosperity, just 3 months after hosting the National Healing, Reconciliation and Unity program in Monrovia on July 5th, 2025. This demonstrates clearly that for you, Mr. President, the people of Liberia, whether at home or abroad, are one and indivisible, and that together they must build a reconciled, united, and prosperous nation. The words of Jesus Christ in Matthew 12:25 reminds us that every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every city and or household divided against itself will not stand. There is no higher duty for a national leader than reconciling and uniting his people. Mr. President, I commend you for setting your heart, mind, and strength on this noble task. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, to appreciate Rwanda's transformation journey, one must briefly recall its darkest moment, the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. In just 100 days, over 1 million people, men, women, children, even hospital patients, were brutally slaughtered by their own government security forces, neighbors, teachers, doctors, and nurses on account of their ethnicity or because they opposed this madness. Millions fled to refugee camps in neighboring countries. All institutions collapsed. The economy was looted and destroyed. Nationals were either killed or complicit in the killing and fled the country. Rwanda became a byword for despair and hopelessness. The international community, though bound by the 1948 UN Convention, failed to act. It abandoned the Tutsi to their fate. Only the courage, selflessness, and determination of the Rwandese Patriotic Front, under the leadership of Major General Paul Kagame, brought an end to the genocide and opened the way to a new beginning. But the genocide did not erupt overnight. It was the culmination of decades of divisive policies, colonial and post-colonial, Rwandans into artificial ethnicities, institutionalizing discrimination, exclusion, and periodic massacres, hatred was cultivated systematically until in 1994 it exploded with catastrophic consequences. The first lesson from this tragedy is therefore clear. When it builds its politics on division, discrimination, and exclusions, the result is not just inequality. It can escalate into catastrophic violence, death, and destruction. Preventing such outcome requires constant vigilance against any policy or practice that divides citizens into us and them. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, after the genocide, many believed Rwanda would remain a failed state. Some prominent leaders even suggested partitioning it into a Hutu land and a Tutsi land. But our leaders rejected these predictions of doom, gloom, and despair. They believed our tragedy was not something in our DNA against which no remedy, but rather the product of decades of bad governance. They resolved to build a new Rwanda on different foundations through principled, disciplined, and visionary leadership, as well as on accountable and transparent governance. At the heart of Rwanda's reconciliation, recovery, and rebuilding were three deliberate and foundational choices. First, we chose to stay together. After the horrors of genocide against the Tutsi, many expected revenge or exclusion. Instead, the Rwandese Patriotic Front resisted the temptation of the winner takes it all and formed a broad-based government of national unity. Revenge killings were harshly punished and completely discouraged. Close to 3 million refugees were brought home and resettled. We placed national identity above ethnic identities. Ethnic labels, once used to divide us, were abolished from identity cards and official discourse and practices. The program Ndi Umunyarwanda, meaning I am Rwanda, affirmed that we are one people with a shared destiny. We revived the indigenous Gacaca community courts to deliver justice at scale, combining accountability with reconciliation, i.e. a restorative instead of retributive justice. Survivors were supported through a dedicated fund for their housing, health, and education needs. This choice, remaining together, was the hardest but most essential. And today, 31 years later, Rwandans of all ethnicities and background live, study, and worship side by side and are even intermarrying again. Second, we chose accountable and transparent governance. We understood that exclusion, corruption, and impunity had been the root of our tragedy. Rebuilding required a governance system based on inclusivity, transparency, and efficient service to citizens. Power was decentralized. Corruption was fought relentlessly. Public trust in institutions was restored. Today, various studies show that Rwanda ranks among Africa's best governed nations, with the world's highest proportion of women in parliament, judiciary, and cabinet. Rwanda is one of the least corrupt countries in Africa. With efficient, transparent institutions trusted by citizens and admired globally. Third, we chose to think big. Finally, we refused to remain victims of our past and natural constraints. We believed that Rwandans are a dignified people endowed with capacity to transform their lives for the better and achieve what other peoples around the world have achieved in terms of development. Thus, we embraced ambitious national visions, first Vision 2020 and now Vision 2050, to transform our economy into one that is inclusive, knowledge-based, technology-driven, and globally competitive. We invested in health, education, technology, and infrastructure. We positioned ourselves on stage as contributors, not beggars. As a result, Rwanda has experienced 2 decades of rapid inclusive growth, resulting in major reductions in poverty, improvements in health and education indicators, unprecedented jump in life expectancy. We moved from a life expectancy of 40 in 2000, and now we have a life expectancy of 69. Rwanda is the second largest contributor of UN peacekeeping forces in the world. And it enjoys a global reputation for order, safety, and innovation. As John Maxwell has said, everything rises and falls on leadership. Bad leadership brought calamity on our country, and good leadership has been slowly but surely transforming it for the better. Rwanda's renewal was not automatic. It was the outcome of hard, sometimes painful, but ultimately transformative decisions. From this journey, Liberia may draw several lessons. First, confront the past honestly. Healing cannot rest on denial. Truth must be named, however painful. And on that front, I ask you all to congratulate President Wakai for leading by example. Second, build national unity as the cornerstone of nationhood. Citizens must rise above ethnic or regional divides. Third, pursue accountable governance. Trustworthy institutions are essential for peace and stability. 4, invest in reconciliation policies and implementation mechanisms. Create space where truth can be told, forgiveness offered, and communities healed. 5th, think big about the future. Do not let conflict and poverty define you. Aspire to prosperity and transformation. Here, the Liberian diaspora has a critical role to play in bringing skills, resources, and networks to advance education, technology, natural resource beneficiation, renewable energy, and more. If I may add a personal testimony, in 1994, I was a researcher at Howard University with a promising academic career and a comfortable life. But when I heard about the devastation of my country caused by genocide, like Nehemiah in the Bible, who left the comfort of the royal palace to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, I knew my place was no longer with Howard University, but with my people. And I immediately went back home. For 6 months, I worked without salary. When pay began, it was just $140 a month compared to the $4,000 at Howard University. Yet, I never regretted it. Looking back at Rwanda's transformation, I am grateful to have made my modest contribution at a moment when my country needed me most. To the Liberian diaspora, I say, Liberia needs you now. Like Nehemiah in the Bible, leave comfort behind and go to help rebuild the walls of your nation, or at the very least, be pro bono ambassadors of your country, mobilizing and facilitating investment, tourism, knowledge and technology transfer into your country and creating markets for your country's goods and services. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude my remarks, let me say that today Rwanda is no longer known only for its tragedy, but mostly for its successful post-conflict transformation. It now hosts global events such as the FIFA Congress in 2023, the FIA International Automobile Federation Awards and General Assemblies in 2024. And as we meet now, it is hosting the World Cycling Championship. All of these are coming for the first time ever on the African continent, and they've chosen Rwanda. I also want to add that the road from conflict to renewal is long and painful, but Rwanda shows it can be done. If Rwanda could rise from genocide to global respect, then surely Liberia, with its proud history, rich resources, resilient people, and vibrant diaspora, can build a future of unity, justice, and prosperity. Let this conference be more than dialogue. Let it spark commitment and action. Let Liberia too be remembered not only for its trials, but much more for the triumph of its renewal. May all Liberians commit to working together to build a reconciled, united, and prosperous Liberia. God bless Liberia, her leadership, and her people. Thank you for your kind attention.
A more transparent and accountable government, the Republic of Liberia is writing a new chapter in public service. This is the story of the Performance Management and Compliance System, or the PMCS. October 31st, 2024, His Excellency President Joseph Yuma Boakai formally launched the PMCS, signaling a national commitment to deliver measurable results and rebuild public trust. Driven by Liberia's Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, the PMCS began with a groundbreaking effort. In 2024, 90 institutions signed performance contracts with the President.
Signing the performance management and compliance system, PMCS, contract is not just it is a declaration by determination to transform the way government works for the benefit of the Liberian people.
Okay, so the performance contract that each member development, each minister or each head of agency signed with the president clearly specified targets that it will achieve within this quarter, which was September to January. And with these two targets, like I said, 70 as well as building capacity of the entity to ensure that we can achieve or develop the service to the time. Come next quarter, now that the national development plan has been developed, which is in which will now develop the next quarter performance target based on the agenda for inclusive development. Because we're all part of the design and formation of the agenda.
By 2025, the number had grown as the PMCS became a governance cornerstone in place across the public sector. It started with two foundational targets in 2024. In 2025, the bar rose to 5, including 70 resource systems efficiency and institutional capacity building. In its first cycle, the system didn't just track performance, it celebrated aid. Institutions demonstrated excellence were publicly recognized and awarded. A culture of integrity and Trees monitoring teams conduct quarterly reviews and made their assessments. Decisions are data-driven, planning is becoming strategic, and accountability is earned through evidence. Performance management system is very good because it is PNCS is digital, inclusive, and sustainable, a fully integrated performance management information system with unified reporting, monitoring, and planning across all government institutions. From service delivery to budgeting, the PNCS is aligning performance with Liberia's priorities. As Liberia embraces a new era of accountability, the PNCS stands as a symbol of transformation, where performance is not just a promise, but actual commitment to the people. Liberia is proving that with political will, leadership, and data-driven systems, governance can work and work for the people.
Ambassador Don, can you please join us? Olabi. Mr. Wetty. Ms. Robina. Our distinguished, beautiful people in here today, we have decided to pay a special recognition to most of the people who have actually made this day possible, that have gone above and beyond financially, logistically, and through the network and other means. And we also have people that flew away from other parts of the diaspora, other than the United States. We want to recognize some Liberian leaders from other places. And we have some of our ambassadors also from the diaspora that came to the United States for this event. And that is why the team is here so we can do it together. So, mistake we made is very minimal. You know, I started calling names, and when you start calling names, because you cannot remember all the names, just know what I'm in right now. So I want to say to the Ministry of Finance, I know it's the government of Liberia, but it is important that we recognize the Ministry of Finance in an extraordinary way, because it's unprecedented in the way they supported this conference, and we look forward to more. Mr. Minister, well, thank you so much for the level of support. I've seen with more support. And of course, I know Mrs. Famain like the one, but she not there. The president have gone above and beyond for this event. So government played a role officially, but the president role that he played in this event, they will not have it. I know they say that the president still a government, but the president has his own personal life. And when he use his own personal life to get some other things done, even though we want to tie to government, but we recognize that, Mr. President, thank you so much again. It is very important, people. I'm not trying to take it, but please, I beg you. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs minister in foreign ministry, we've managed to present that made them comfortable. And I want to say thank you, Madam Minister, for your UNDP, please stand. UN, thank you so much. I know our little chat last night, the unofficial request that we both endorsed that we have to have it in December, and I will let it get out the bag of trying to bring Alpha Blondie to Liberia to do a peace concert in December. Thank you so much. And big okay. Please stand. Let people see you. And of course, our task force, we have our small representative in Liberia. Serge, please. And thank you. We look forward to more support. So then, I will now call on the president of the Liberia community in Australia to please come up front. Mr. President, Liberian community in Australia. He flew all Australia to represent Liberia. The president of the Liberian community in Canada, please come up front. Please, Mr. President, Madam President. The president of the Liberian community in Europe. Europe in the house. The president of the Koloswa. Wole Kamara. Koloswa.
Of the plane, so is that I hope you bear with you, right? Professor Willie will understand. Yes, yeah. Look at just arrived.
Just arrived, French. Thank you. And of course, whether we like it, we not like it, Yula, like Yula. You know, we met Yula here, we leave Yula. The people are there, y'all met it here, y'all will leave it here. Mr. President Mohamed Keita, please. I go to the main program and say, I can't sit down. Oh, Mr. President, I'm coming here, no problem. I will stay calm, I will stay recognize you because our country and the diaspora is bigger than any one of us. Welcome, Mr. President. You are our president. Liberia advocates for change. Please. And then I will ask my team to help us. But there's one guy here that did all the BB work there. I know they call him Afi or Ofo. Hey man, what does that mean? Y'all know him? That guy, I was running for Eula Regional Vice President in Ohio. One woman was in front of me, I was campaigning to the woman. I said, Mama, please vote for me. Vote for me, please vote. You know, Alpha Tonga, may you please come up, please give it up for me, please vote. before I get excited and get in trouble, let me ask my team to think about the thing I'm not thinking about. Okay. They just put it in my ear. Hey, Jama, I'm a wasted journal. Echo Bank. Echo Bank. Where is Echo Bank? Echo Bank team in the house?
Yeah, they're exhibition.
So Echo Bank send a team, they sponsor us, and they are here today to make sure all of us in the diaspora open account. The idea is bank your money in your country. Yes. Hello? Bank your money in your country. If your money there, it will create the capacity for banks to lend. Keep it here, put it in your country. Don't leave from there with and the account. So everything is there. Please go and open an account. Even if you don't complete the process today, bring your profile. Open an account in your country. Take ownership. It's very important. So I want to recognize and the people promise always. Please do it. Okay. Estela Meta. They are the future. Tomorrow they will give us money. But we recognize Estela Meta here today. Thank you. That's for my team.
Anything else? I think we're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah. That's it. You're good. You're doing good. Let's get off. The president has to come on.
Before His Excellency speak, we'll just ask the Mr. President of the diaspora, this event is for you. This event, Madam President, they all. Hopefully, even as we plan the diaspora annual return this coming December 2025, now that we are including the embassies in different part of the diaspora to join it, that will work with you directly to help bring the people to Liberia. We want to bring people from Guinea, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Ghana, and other places. Please help. I'm going to go against them, but don't make me shame. That secret I'm telling you. Please can give just 1 minute.
On behalf of everyone.
1 minute on behalf of your people, because it's not fair for you to fly from all the way now. You even greet your president.
And Canada is here.
So, in no special order, our Excellency Mr. President Keita, please.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. They say the healing starts at home.
Amen.
Whatever we do, if your house is not in order, you can't solve your problem. Mr. Erasmus, thank you so much.
No problem. Peace and reconciliation, problem finished.
Beulah is ready to work with anybody. Beulah was established for a purpose. For you. Equality, peace. But sometimes when you start a process for something, you don't know the outcome. But there's no way you can get a freedom without hurt. There's no way you can get a freedom without looking back. But indeed, you can come back and reconcile your differences. Liberian, we are ready. And Mr. President, thank you so much. We got more to say tomorrow. God bless.
Good morning. Well, as you've heard earlier, my name is Pelikin Kamara from the Southwest. Mr. President, Madam President, and all diplomats present in the room, I'm just very happy to be in this room to get this ball rolling. Mr. President, which comprise of many states in the Southwest, have your support. Rest, we are on board. Without any further, we look forward to the success of this conference. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
here and to represent the diaspora community in Australia. For far too long, we have been forgotten. We actually do not get representation from our government officials. Our request here is to have a consulate in Australia. The diaspora Liberians, we have over 20 to 25,000 Liberians currently in Australia. It is important for us, our government, to have a representation. This is the time for Liberia to plant the flag in Australia. To be brief, because I was being told to be very brief, I just want to say thank you. It was a pleasure to be here and I'm glad to be all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the opportunity. My name is Precious Portia Dramani, President of the Liberian Association of Canada. Like my brother said, we are in the same position. Can I say that together? We need a council. It is very, very difficult for us. Getting visas to go to Liberia, getting simple things as birth certificates or death certificates. So we are here to engage with the government and we hope and pray that you listen to us. Thank you.
President of the Liberian Association. Mr. President, extend our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to you and organizers of this event. I have a message, it's seen as follows. We need a counseling. Because reasons. Our pastors get listened along the ways into born in Germany. People in Norway, Denmark, Finland, and other countries need a representation. So it's against that backdrop that I'm appealing to you and the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs to reconsider that. So on that note, I want to thank you from the people of Europe. Thank you.
I want to recognize the president of the Liberian community in Ghana. She's on her way, but she's not here. Julia Bridges, I want to recognize you in this order. I know it's taking more time, eating up the president's time to speak, but it is very important because these people flew away and they are representing the last segment of our community out there. That's why. So thank you all. I beg your indulgence. We correct our flaws in a positive way as we all look for most of us. So the people, we have another category of the camp full of things, which is our technical team and everybody out there. Oh, Mr. Father, we want to say thank you so much for that. As we wait for
Good afternoon to all. Good afternoon to all. Thank you. Of the Senator Deputy Speaker and other members members of the House of Representatives here present, Yanti, Dane, and members of the Cabinet, Dr. Al-Hassan Conte, Liberia Ambassador to the USA, Ambassador Levi Dima, Liberia Ambassador to Brazos, Honorable Erasmus Williams, Head of Diaspora, Ambassador Emmett Dunn, Chairman and members of the Plenary Committee, Diaspora USA, Ambassador Prof. Charles Magondi, former Minister of Foreign Affairs for Rwanda, distinguished the occasion, the Liberian diaspora to present to you His Excellency Joseph Yuma Senior, who was the keynote address. Applause.
Thank you all for coming. Please have your seats. Pro Tem of the Senate, our senators here, Speaker Mrs. Walker, Dean of the Cabinet and Cabinet members, our ambassadors, members of the diaspora, our friends, members of the former states, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, our special guest speaker, for honoring our participation and for your presentation. I want to welcome you all. Thank you. It is long awaited conference is finally here. I want to thank you all. Fellow Liberians, ladies and gentlemen, what an honor and delight to stand before you today at this historic gathering of Liberians in diaspora. This conference has been in making for a long time. I first introduced the idea during several of my speaking engagements with the diverse members of the diaspora community across the United States months before the elections and again in the weeks leading up to my inauguration. I believe that formalizing this partnership is essential to the renewal and rebuilding of our country. This summit is therefore a dedicated platform for engagement, policy dialogue, and partnership. You will not be treated as observers, but as full stakeholders in Liberia. We often forget that the neglect of any aspect, anybody in a society can become an Achilles heel. My fellow Liberians, we have indeed come a long way. And if we are honest with ourselves, we inherited a country that was facing far more problems than we could resolve overnight. Institutions were operating below their optimal levels. The economy was faltering, secured and broken down significantly, and the overall mood and the challenges we face as a country can be overcome when we are intentional in our resolve to reverse the past. By doing so, lyrics, the glorious land of liberty, shall long be ours, will be real. Ladies and gentlemen, while we recognize these historic shortcomings, we must also take responsibility for shaping our future. Liberia can be rebranded with strong leadership and a people-focused vision. We can create a country that embraces what we aspire to be as a nation. As we are beginning to see changes, Liberia was overwhelmingly elected to the Security Council. Our independence celebration this year, I understand, went global, thanks to the Liberians in the diaspora. These are just a few of refreshing memories of renewal of our country this year. We have to restore our waning glory in the global community. At home, our government is taking steps to address the complex social and economic conditions we inherited. Through the Arrest Agenda for Inclusive Development, we are focused on 6 critical pillars that will promote development, beginning with agriculture, roads, rule of law, education, sanitation, tourism, and technology. This agenda is a response not only to the current challenges, but also aligned with the National Mission 2030 to transform Liberia into a lower middle income country and build a capable, inclusive state. What we are committed to is improving livelihoods and ensuring that every Liberian, both at home and abroad, can share in the growth and progress that the reform agenda and the national development plan will bring. Already, we have seen substantial progress in several areas, including healthcare, education, road, infrastructure, development of agriculture, sanitation. Progress has also been made in governing the rule of law, anti-corruption efforts. Despite these efforts, we acknowledge that challenges remain and that more should be done, and quickly too. I would like to highlight 3 key areas of this national transformation: governance reform, economic transformation, social inclusion, and reconciliation. With these key, they in themselves are not exhaustive. Our most extraordinary effort must be to overcome, and as I usually say, not to come over to greener pastures. The crisis Liberia faces today are deeply rooted in governance. It does not take much for an observer of Liberian society to see that many of our country's problems are fundamentally linked to governance. Governance should no longer be a privilege for a select few, but a responsibility for everyone. The days of benevolent leadership are gone. A small number of people unjustly and personally use the institutions of seek to amass and control the world at the expense of the majority in the society. We must continue to embark on reforms that give voice and power to citizens in our communities and all over Liberia. And we must move beyond Monrovia-focused decision-making and embrace decentralized participatory governance. This is why my administration is committed to fast-tracking constitutional reforms, including decentralization, local government empowerment, and improved service delivery. Good government requires accountability, transparency, and respect for the rule of law. It must lead to a strong, capable state that serves all people without discrimination or favoritism. In this fight, the key government initiated the performance management and compliance system. On it takes government like Liberia is committed to fostering a culture of accountability, transparency, and performance excellence in public service. When over a third of the population living in poverty, a long history of rural neglect, despite abundant resources, it called for a significant rethinking of how we do business and organize our society. Our economy must be inclusive and work for everyone. Liberia remains predominantly agricultural society with vast natural resources. Yet our development model has historically prioritized commodity extraction over inclusive growth. We need to reconsider the concession regime that focuses on adding value, promoting local ownership, and investing in agriculture, where the majority of our people, especially women and youth, are actively engaged. We must replace growth with development, with growth that delivers development. The irony is that while the commodity extraction has supported the economy over the years and contributed to increased growth, such growth has been unequal because we have not invested the profits in development to benefit the majority of the people. By reinvesting resources and the revenue into infrastructure, health, education, and job creation, we can reduce poverty and build a more equitable society. Inequality in Liberia is not just economic, it is social, historical, and structural. From settler, indigenous division to ethnic favoritism and generational inclusion. These privileges have long undermined our national unity. Our system, as it were, has contributed in a very, very minimal way to many inequalities in our country, thus depriving of our people of the voice in their own affairs and of our opportunities for better and dignified livelihood. We must confront them honestly, dismantle the systematic exploitation of one another, overlooking impunity and expecting peaceful coexistence is like plaiting your hair without first speaking the Laos. My government is committed to promoting peace and reconciliation, as you've already seen we're doing. Since peace was restored in 2003, we have been on a long way in challenging journey to rebuild ourselves, restore broken trust, reconstruct detached communities, and redefine our yet better life, redefine our identity. To come together, confront our complicated past, and begin to build this future rooted to truth, justice, and compassion. For too long, many of our fellow Liberians have carried their pain in silence with little peace and little space for dialogue or closure. But we must note that we are embarking on a journey of justice, reconciliation, not just for the atrocities and violence during the war, but equally for historical wrongdoings. I don't want people to believe that it is just about a war, historical wrongdoings. By acknowledging the past together, we begin the journey of a national restoration together. As a diaspora community, you must lend your voice to reconciliation and national healing, just as you participated in the TRC process. We may build an infrastructure and superstructures, but without true reconciliation and healing, all those will come crashing down under the weight of division and conflict. The role of the Liberian diaspora is crucial. Global partnership for national renewal. Let me now speak directly to you as the diaspora community. The Liberian diaspora remains a vital force in our collective effort to build a more equitable, inclusive, and prosperous Liberia. The 2025 Diaspora Conference brings together Liberians from across the globe, North America, Europe, Asia, and Caribbean, all and beyond just the United States. It demonstrates our strength, our diversity, and our global reach of all our people overseas. Your remittances have kept families fed, children in school and homes together. Their lines of love and sacrifice. Now that you've done that, you're giving us a faith. We want for you to teach us the fish. Your remittances have kept families fed. For decades, you have played a crucial role in our national journey, and as we now stand at the threshold of a new era of renewal and transformation, your continued engagement is more vital than ever. Rebranding Liberia and transforming our society cannot be done by government alone. It requires your active, sustained, and international involvement. As the saying goes, you must put your money where your mouth is. This means going beyond sentiments and stepping into actions by lending up your skills, networks, knowledge, and resources to drive change at home. You have built wealth, contributed to countries other than yours currently that you reside in, and some of you have planted your feet in corporate America and corporate world at large. Please allow that experience and knowledge to go back home to Liberia as well. We engage and grow in the private sector to drive productivity and growth at home. We also understand that partnership is a two-way street. You have legitimate concerns about security, infrastructure, healthcare, education, utilities, and other essential services. Let me assure you that my administration is committed to creating the enabling environment that is transparent, accountable, and inclusive. One that welcomes you when you return, provide opportunities including collaboration on the establishment of the Diaspora Investment Fund and projects that you invest in. Together, let us seize this moment and build a future where all Liberians, whether at home or abroad, can proudly and equally share in the promise, dignity, and the opportunity of our new country. As we are hosting this conference in this country with the largest Liberian diaspora community and historical ties to our nation, I would like to share a few thoughts on the relationship with the United States. Liberia's historical connection to the U.S. is well known. But after 178 years of independence, we need to ask, how are we using this relationship to change our country for the better? While we expect more from the traditional partners, we must also be honest with ourselves. We cannot ask others to invest in us if we are mismanaging our resources. We must demonstrate that we are worthy of partnership by upholding the rules of law, fighting corruption, and delivering services to our people. We look forward to working with the United States as a common partner in priorities, a democratic consolidation, economic cooperation, global security issues, climate actions, and many more. We must strengthen the relationship in ways that work for both countries, the United States and Liberia. The road ahead will not be easy. The problems we face are real and daunting. But a collective resolve, they are not unsurmountable. I've always believed that Liberia is not a poor country. Liberia's progress has been held back by the lack of sustained, inclusive, and forward-looking leadership necessary to unlock the potential for such long-term development. That is what I am committed to providing. But no president, no government, no party can achieve it alone. We must work together as citizens at home and abroad to build a functional and inclusive society. One of the key objectives of engaging in the diaspora community through this conference is to provide a platform for you to join our brothers and sisters at home on the national journey. Your views, ideas, expertise, networks, and resources are critical to rebuilding our dear country and just for Liberians, not just for the ones today, building it for prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is at a crossroad. Liberia holds so much promise, but that promise, as envisioned originally by the founders, had faced many stumbling blocks. Together, we can build a country with a vision that aims to create a functional and fair society for the future generation. I want to invite you, Liberians in the diaspora, to join me on this journey. I'm very happy when I hear Liberians calling on the radio. Liberians especially coming from the diaspora. I can go to Maryland now. I can go to Nigeria. It tells me what it means to go back to the village you were born. And that can only be made possible by using our resources in the way that we benefit not just our people back home, but those who left and want to go back home. So in the words of former President John F. Kennedy, quote, ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. As we gather here at this first historic diaspora conference, let us renew our national commitment to think Liberia, to love Liberia, and be Liberia. I want to wish you all the very best as you deliberate in the next few days about the future of our country. And I look forward to your ideas, your knowledge, and the wisdom to move our country forward. Liberia is your home. Liberia is the place of your birth. Liberia is a country of pride. But it cannot move further without you. May God bless you. May God bless our country. May God bless your efforts. And at this time, I want to thank all of you who have come from far and near, and especially to our brother from Rwanda. I want to thank you. At our memorial service in Monrovia, we invited somebody from Rwanda who gave us a very, very inspirational message. Some of you have been following, who have been grandchildren, have had the LIBERIA of Doe, have had the LIBERIA of Togo. This was an exercise to bring the country back together. We didn't do it because we felt that we wanted to do something that would easily be dated. But some of you who are out in the diaspora, who were yearning for this, and we are happy for those of you who were able to go back to Liberia to attend the memorial service. I want to thank you all. There's nowhere like home. And you know very well, Liberians, we are a small community. We hold together. And I know that spirit has been rekindled. We look forward to a very, very, very serious deliberation here. Not in the old way of stopgap, but we do it with our hearts and hands, as our national anthem said. We look forward to all of you to participate. We are doing this to leave no one behind. And I'm saying this out of all sincerity. Whatever you do back home, I can assure you with a team of people we have that will protect your rights at home. I know that some of the things when you go back home, you have a land issue that is everywhere. It's something we can't solve overnight, but it's something that we can work on, just as this conference is going to build the spirit of unity. I can assure you we can resolve all of those. So we'll look forward to seeing some of you, maybe at Christmas or whatever. But I believe this conference is a big beginning. It's going to bring all of us together. It's going to make Liberians to begin to feel true Liberians with love and looking forward to rebuilding our country. We have everything that is required. The resources are there, but your ideas are needed. Whether you're retired here, I call you retired but not tired. So you have an opportunity to come back home to build our country. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the conference.
Thank you, Mr. President, for that rousing, inspirational speech and message for us. You guys want to give him another hand? Okay, so we have time to make up, and this is going to stand between us and lunch. So we're going to do a presentation now to His Excellency, Mr. Joseph Yuma Boykai. And this presentation is going to be by Connie Zor, and with the artist Flan Manley. Please come up with your presentation.
Praise the Lord. Honorable, Your Excellency, Joseph Yuma Boykai Sr., Auntie Katuma, so great to see you. Distinguished guests, Ambassador Emmett, so grateful for the opportunity to actually show the world what Liberia has. On behalf of Just One, nonprofit that serve in Liberia, Bonnetsville Battery Factory, Zinc Camp, name it. Our mouths and our treasure is in Liberia, so we want the world to know that we're here. Mr. Flan Manley is a Liberian, and I'm grateful when the request came, Mr. Dunn, that you were open to showing our president the talent Liberia has. Flan Manley is from Minnesota. You know, Minnesota took us global. Shout out Minnesota. Yeah. And he has made waves in the papers, on the news articles. He's on the billboard when it's his art on a billboard in Minnesota. So we want you at this time to please give him a moment, and he's going to share why he did this piece for the president. It's so great to be amongst you all. God bless you all.
God bless. How's everybody doing? It's a pleasure and an honor to be here today. Like, it's a dream manifest. I told my mother, send me an outfit. I'm going to meet the president. Just talk here. You know, bold. In the African household, in the Liberian household, you only got 3 options. You gotta be a lawyer, a doctor, engineer. Yeah. What category do I fit in? An artist, right? I broke your rule. But with my art, I've been able to heal. You know, I wasn't born during the glory days of Liberia. I actually was born when the lights got turned off. I don't know what it looked like, right? So I mean, it's dark. But war have allowed me the eyes to see the beauty in the chaos, right? I tell the Liberian story, not of war, but beauty, compassion, hope. And I did this painting 10 years ago of this young lady with a flag in the back of her head that says, "Believe again." Because I believe that the youth, the diaspora of Liberia, will make the change. And it's a pleasure and an honor today to present this work because I've done the work myself for healing. Because I plan to go back home to be an added blessing to the youth back home in Liberia to show. Because my covenant to God was, make me a possibility. Make me a possibility of what hope looks like. Make me a possibility of what joy looks like. Right? So art is my weapon. I was born during the war, but art is my weapon. The weapon I've been able to bring joy, love, and hope to amongst others across the world. My art has not been back home since 1998, but my art has reached the kids in the village, the slums of Liberia, right? They've been able to recognize themselves. So I look to come back home to be an added blessing to affect change as well with everybody else in Israel. And I would like to give this gift. I know you never go in a man's household with empty hands, so I thought I'd come here and give you something special. Uh-oh. This is my love offering to you for your invite, for whatever we all have to share. Because some of us have not been back home, we don't know what it looks like, we don't know what it feels like, we don't know if we're invited or not. But being that you give the invite, I thought that I'd give you my love offering, so thank you. God bless you.
Thank you for that beautiful gift, my dear brother. Look forward to see you in December at the Diaspora your annual return 2025. Thank you. Okay, so as you noticed, we have the presence of our pro tem and the deputy speaker here. Protocol requires that they should have spoken before the president, But because this is an extraordinary and historic moment for our country, it is important that Liberians in the diaspora be able to hear from the leaders from all branches of government. So, hello? Once a Liberian? So in that order, tomorrow, why are you sweating for now? Don't relax now. Hello? Tomorrow and Sunday, the Liberians in the diaspora will hear from all branches of government. Hello? As we continue to look for more support. Once a Liberian? Once a Liberian? God bless you. I turn it back over to the MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, one and that's very important. Lunch was supposed to be from 12:30 to wait for lunch. Then we're going to reconvene here at 2 o'clock. And let's try to be prompt so we can get our program back in the flow. Thank you all for giving a minute. Sit down. Please sit down until the president leaves the hall. Please sit, have your seat, please.
Please, we're asking you now to remain seated as the president and his entourage exit the hall. Please remain seated. Thank you very much, and we'll have you then proceed to the designated points for lunch. Please stand.
In our community, we help each other. But when it comes to prescription pain medication, such as opioids, sharing isn't helping, it's harming. What works for you could be dangerous, even deadly for somebody else. Don't share your opioids. Instead, help by guiding your family, friends, and neighbors to a doctor. Real help saves lives. This message is brought to you by the Multicultural Community Family Services in partnership with LRTN. Did you know 1 in 4 patients who take opioids long-term become addicted? Opioids are strong pain medications like oxycodone, hydrocodone, or morphine. They can help with pain, but they can also lead to addiction and overdose. Take the medication only the way your doctor tells you to take it. And never share them with your family, friends, or neighbors. Know the risks. Stay safe. This message is brought to you by the Multicultural Community Family Services in partnership with LRTN.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at the LIBERIA Diaspora Conference. We're in Virginia. We just pulled up, so we will take a break. And when we come back, we'll bring you more of the events here. But for now, stay tuned, so we'll bring you more interviews right after.